What's going on, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 video. Now, on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and go over some of the things that I did for the Termite League, where I was able to max it out. You can see 60 for 60 now. We started a new week, so everything's been reset. The good thing about this, if you didn't get all your shade kills or your hostiles burned, even though it did reset, it does not reset your kills. So if you got, say, 400 kills and you just needed 100 more, then that's all you have to get for this week is 100 more kills to unlock your reward. Same with the shade kills. And of course, I'll show you yesterday with all these maxed out. You can see they have them all maxed out. And of course, you go over to the rewards. You'll get a couple named, you get some decent stuff, a couple named item caches, some weapon crafting, optimization caches, and you get an exotic cache, so that's good. So of course you had the 3 hard missions: Bank Headquarters, Federal Emergency Bunker, and Camp White Oak. And then the challenging one, Manning National Zoo, that you had to do in 18 minutes. Now I'm going to show you the build that I had doing all of these. On the hard missions, honestly, it really doesn't matter what build you have because you can just fly through these. But Manning National Zoo, the big thing about this is it's a long mission. There's a lot of running from one point to the other. So I'm going to show you some of the tricks I did with this one. So the build that I use is basically the build that I had brought out just a couple of videos ago. And that is my little hybrid build, which is beautiful. Now, like I said, for the hard missions, any regular build should get you through it, no problem. But for Manning National Zoo, this really came in handy because there's a lot of spots where enemies that they spawn from all around the room. So having 2 skills that's gonna be at tier 6 that can take out, you're basically taking out 3 times the enemies at one time. You got your striker taking out enemies, your assault turret taking out enemies, and you're taking out enemies with your gun, because like I said, this build is probably my favorite build right now. I've been using this for basically doing everything: missions, control points, because while your skills are at tier 6, you're doing some amazing damage with your AR. Like I've already said, all the damage you get with the 3 weapon cores, and also you have another 30% from your backpack, 15% from Spark, and on top of that you got some amazing crit with it at 59% and 143.7 crit damage. So this is just all around, especially for Manning National Zoo, this really came in handy. Now, one trick that I did do for my movement speed is I changed to a Lady Death, and what that did is, in the last part of the talent, kills grant plus 20% movement speed for 10 seconds. So when there was just one enemy left, I would make sure and get the kill with my Lady Death, and then I'd have that extra movement speed for 10 seconds to get me to the next spot as fast as possible, because like I said, there is a lot of running to the next area on this mission. But if you're struggling with Manning National Zoo, I would recommend going in with a team, because when you get with a team, a lot of times if you just have a regular DPS build, that's all you're going to need, because you'll have a lot of people running this build, and that's the Eclipse, and this definitely does get you through areas a lot faster, because once you put somebody on fire and they die, then everybody else around them gets on fire. I did do it in a team as well, and we got it under the time as well. So if you're struggling with it, just get with a team. I promise you will get through it within that 18 minutes. Sometimes it may take a few times, going through it with teams. I think it took me matchmaking, the 4th time I match made, I got with the team that we ran through it in less than 18 minutes. But speaking of Eclipse, we're going to go ahead and go over this build, because this is the build that I use to get all of my burn enemies on the Termite League, and that's because I'm using the fire chem launcher, fire starter, and I'm utilizing the burn sticky bomb. And show you some gameplay. I mean, you get, especially if you get them in the right spot, you get them coming out the manholes. I mean, it's just easy pickings. So I know a lot of people run this build differently. Like you can see, I have chest piece on. That gives us the increased indirect transmission range from 10 meters to 15, and refresh percentage from 50% to 75, which I feel is pretty decent. But I know a lot of people, they like to run either glass cannon here, and then there's some people that like to utilize creeping death on the backpack. Now the reason I don't do creeping death on the backpack is because well, first of all, it's going to spread on kill when they die. But I know some people like it to be spread immediately. But the talent on the backpack is, in my opinion, is just too strong to take away, and that's the symptom aggravator. Amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. So that is multiplicative damage, extra 30% from any and all damage that you deal. So you hit them with a fire sticky, get them all on fire. Then when you hit that chem launcher, it's just a wrap. So, or you can pull out your capacitor, and your capacitor has 30% more damage automatically. And also you can see instead of a golden piece, I do have a wyvern, but that's because I've got plenty of status effect on this build, so I wanted to make sure and get as much skill damage as I could. So I rolled status effects on these 4 pieces, and then of course, well, this already comes with it, and then I have skill damage on these 2 pieces. Just wanted to make sure and get that because, like I said, this already has plenty of status effects. So I don't just want to put status effects on them. I want my skills to kill the enemies. So yeah, I just use this, and I did the resource convoys. You usually see some resource convoys around. You can see one here. Resource convoys, and it gives you some decent XP. Now you can put your map on lower and just get them easily, but I kept my map on heroic. I put some directors on, so I was getting my burns, my shade kills, and I was getting some nice XP on top of that. And I was also doing some of these if they were like, if I was doing them right now, I would fast travel here, take the resource convoy, and take the territory control out at the same time. So I was doing these two. That gives you some decent XP, and also gives you, get your shade kills and your burn enemies up. You can see another one starting here. So yeah, they're usually all over the place on my map. I know some people say they have problems spawning them, but for whatever reason, they're always on my map. If they're not always on your map, just do some territory controls, some of the propaganda broadcasts, stuff like that, and there's plenty of enemies here. Or go do a control point. The one thing that I did, because I had like maybe 120 shade kills left to get, and I'll show you one thing that I did. I guess you could say kind of cheesed it, but it's just a fast way to get it if you don't feel like going out and doing the convoys and stuff. So, and that was, I went to New York and I went to Tombs. Alright, and all I did is change one of my skills, and you can do this with any build. Honestly, it does not have to be a skill build because it resets your jammer every time you restart it. But you can see on the league right now, shade kills are at 0. I don't have any shade kills on the week 2 results. So I just went in here to get the last 100. See these 3 drones? Just kill those drones, and you can see it counts as the shade kills. Just restart it and just do it over and over and over again. So just a quick way to get some shade kills if for whatever reason you don't feel like going out in the open world, and sometimes they'll drop you gear every once in a while. So, and yeah, so just you can see we got 12. It probably took me maybe 15 minutes to get those 120 shade kills. So that's a fast way. Also, I've heard of people going to Pathway Park and getting to the end of the mission. So right before the final part, you get all the steam that you gotta go and go across the bridge. Which once you pull the lever and go across the bridge, you take out all of the enemies when it's just you and Kajika will throw his traps on you, and you just continuously kill his traps, and those all count as shade levels. I heard somebody said that they got like 275 shade kills in one go doing that. So I didn't want to. That's a pretty long mission, but if you want to do it and get shade kills that way, that's another way you can do it. But I mean, again, if you're out doing convoys and stuff with your fire starter and all that good stuff, you're gonna get them anyway. Like I said, I only had 100 left, so I just came in here and I just quickly got those. Cause I hope you guys are having fun with the new Manhunt, the new events. We got Hollywood that just came out. Again, Termite that's still going for another week, so you're able to max that out if you did not last week. And I'm about to get started on this Hollywood, so at least there's stuff for us to do until the new content comes out, which definitely cannot wait for that. So anyway, that is all I've got. As always, my friends are on YouTube. Take it easy.